Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the campus of Clayton State University, the Athletic Center for today's NCAA Division II basketball matchup between the Jaguars of Augusta State University and your Clayton State Lakers. At this time, would you please rise? And now for the starting lineups. First for the Jaguars of Augusta State University. Number 0, Valerie Myers. Number 2, Asia Harrison. Number 11, Brianna Middleton. Number 15, Cameron Wilson. Number 22, Caitlin Patrick. Their head coaches, Millette Green, assisted by Lauren Johnson, Lauren Freeman, Braywick Lee, Tanisha Campbell, Kevin Kenny, and LaCoya Terry. First, that guard, a 5'6" senior from Richmond, Virginia, number 3, Monica Alexander. That guard, a 5'3" sophomore from Atlanta, Georgia, number 10, Tatiana Foster. That forward, a 5'9" senior from Hoover, Alabama, number 22, Valencia Johnson. That guard, 5'7" junior from Lawrenceville, Georgia, number 24, Madison Newby. And at center, a 6' junior from Albany, Georgia, number 33, Brittany Williams.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to your latest edition of Clayton State University basketball. Tonight, it is the Lakers against the Jaguars of Augusta University. I'm Mitch Evans along with Bill Schindler. And sorry for not having a pregame tonight.
I feel totally gypped and want my money back.
We'll make up for it for this entire broadcast.
That's a lofty bar now.
We will. It's all right. Work with me. Let's check out our starting lineup for Augusta. 0, Mallory Myers. Number 2, Asia Harrison. 11 is Brianna Middleton. 22, Kayla Patrick. And number 15, Cameron Wilson. For the Lakers, it's Monica Alexander, Tatiana Foster, Valencia Johnson, Madison Newby, and Brittany Williams again gets the start at center. As Alicia Merriweather will come off the bench, then we will jump Valencia Johnson and Middleton, and it's controlled by the Jaguars, who are in their road grays with blue trim. Lakers, as always, in the home whites. Lakers come in 16-7 on the season, 12-5 in the Peach Belt. Good for third place and trying to look forward to that second place spot. North Georgia's off tonight, and we will see them on Wednesday. Augusta misses on their first attempt. Brittany Williams with the rebounds, and now the Lakers get their first possession of the basketball.
And that's really the matchup to watch, is the Williams-Middleton matchup.
And Valencia Johnson misses on the layup attempt, and then the ball smacked out of bounds, and it's off of the Lakers.
They want to move Brianna Middleton around, but really they want to get her to the basket. They are one of those kind of high-low offenses. They want to play down in the post. So watch Middleton against this pressure defense if they can break it and get down low.
Air ball on the three attempt by Harrison, the freshman from Valdosta, coming off a career-high 26-point effort against Georgia College. Her previous high was earlier this season, also against Georgia College, 22 points. Ball out of bounds, stays with the Lakers, 17 to shoot. Newby will throw in. And here's Foster.
They've gone to a zone.
And they get it down low to Valencia, and this time misses again, point-blank range. Oh, good save by Monica Alexander to Brittany Williams, and she puts it home.
Monica Alexander's play has come up so much. You know, we talk about Tatiana Foster quite a bit for the Lakers, but Alexander with her early threes in the defense there and saving the ball, outstanding.
Here's another three, right corner. This time it's good by Cameron Wilson, junior guard from Newport News, Virginia. So it's 3-2. Lady Jaguars on top. Valencia back down low. Brittany, and it rolls in. So she got the spin. Brittany Williams with all four for the Lakers.
Well, the luxury for Kalina Coleman with Merriweather in limited time with the injury is that she does have Shakoria Miles, along with now Brittany Williams getting the start, where they can roll three deep at that 5 spot.
Here's Wilson again, down low, and the foul on Williams.
And paging Shakoria Miles.
So Corey Miles now will report in. She'll replace Williams.
Always those first fouls in the first quarter will get you to the bench quickly.
So Jaguars with it. This is Myers, 0. Gives to Patrick. Myers in the corner. Back to Patrick. Now Harrison puts it on the floor. In the corner. 3 is good. This time, Kayla Patrick. So, pair of triples for the Jaguars, and they lead it 6-4. Whistle from behind, and it will be on Augusta. The Jaguars come in 6-17 on the season. They're 5-12 in the Peach Belt. And right now, as far as the Jaguars are concerned, they have endured a 9-game losing streak at one point this season, losing one of those games to the Lakers. And there's Monica Alexander connecting from downtown, and the Lakers back out on top now by the score of 7-6. They lost 9 games in a row earlier this year. Clayton State was a winner in that one, Bill, by the score of 78-55. But they've won 5 of their last 11. They've gone 5-6 since.
Yeah, it's the proverbial trap game. They're playing a lot better than they played when they first met. And in fact, just pointing this out, they've got 2 threes now in this game, have the Jaguars. They only had 2 the entire game in the first meeting at Augusta.
So they've done that in the opening 3 minutes. Newby, bounce pass down low. Valencia on the baseline, misses. And a rebound wheeled in by Middleton for the Jaguars. Good defense by the Lakers. Newby fights for it, was able to get it, deflected it, got it back off the pass, and Madison drives to the bucket and gets fouled.
So she's such a good penetrator in the paint.
And she's so smooth, too. I mean, you know, nothing really, you know, if there's traffic doesn't bother her, she's able to find a space. She really is slithery in that respect. And Madison misses on the first.
I feel like we can sit here now at 16-7 for the Lakers and 12-5 in the Peach Belt and talk about how this is a different team from last year when they were about 500. And we mentioned it early on that Madison Newby might have been that attitude shift that they needed coming over as a transfer from Georgia State. I mean, she has been consistent all season that way.
Good defense by the Lakers, almost forced a turnover. Here's a three again, not that time by Wilson. And Newby wasn't looking as Foster tried to throw it to her in the front court, and it was deflected out of bounds by Cameron Wilson. So one thing that sticks out, well, I'll get back to that point in a second. We've got 6:10 left here in this first quarter. Lakers up by 2. Alexander with it. Now Valencia finds a space, drives, and lays it up and in. Got the roll again, Bill.
Coming off the double-double her last time out, VJ has had an excellent year.
10-6, Clayton State on top. Steal it again, get it ahead to Valencia. And there's the layup. Repeat performance there. Back-to-back left-handed layups by Valencia Johnson. She's got 4. We've got a timeout on the floor. 5:44 remaining in this first quarter here at the Lock. And Clayton State doubling up Augusta right now, 12-6.
Well, since we didn't get a free game, how you been?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
How you doing?
I mean, you know, basketball on Monday, I'm perfectly okay with.
I will reveal to one and all, we did space out. My bad. I spaced out. A lot of spacing out going on for Mitch Evans today. Spaced out on the pregame. Spaced out on game time. I thought it was at 1:30. I was here at 1. Empty gymnasium other than the Clayton State men's basketball team was out here shooting. So I ended up shooting it with Devon Moore and Christoph Nairn and who else was I out here with? Just when I was done, just when I started to work up a sweat, Aubrey McCray stepped out onto the floor and Justin Tuxon. So yeah, I did a little shooting with the guys.
Are you getting ready for our free throw match against the Center for Advising and Retention?
Some's telling me that's not happening this year.
Yeah, I don't think. I think they were scared that if we got into the tournament, that we would be, if they let the broadcasters out there for the free throw tournament, somehow a different result this year. Well,
they didn't want that.
Look, it's better to be early than late, though. If you're going to get your timing wrong, early's okay.
Breaking the pressure there was Wilson single-handedly. Left side, Patrick gives it back to Wilson. Down low, Middleton. Her hook was way off, and Newby collects the loose ball off the rebound.
And they haven't got anything going other than those threes. And Middleton's their offense if they could get it to her, but the Lakers have done a fine job defensively down low.
Madison Newby throwing it away, pass intended for Corey Miles.
Now, the one thing other than the free throw shooting that really stands out for the Lakers is their Achilles heel if they want to go forward in the Peach Belt deep into the tournament. It's got to be cutting down on turnovers. Possessions like that, they just can't happen consistently.
And there's the steal by Johnson. Gets it to Newby. Comes up right side. Corner, it's Alexander. She lets go with a 3. Came up short. And the rebound to the Jaguars. Jayla Early, number 5, with it. Gets it to Kayla Patrick. Early, corner 3. Johnson with the board. So Foster dribbles it up very slowly and almost threw it away. VJ wasn't looking for that pass. Here's Alexander again. Newby up top. Down low, Foster. Gets it to Johnson. Her shot comes up short. And Wilson with another rebound. And the ball goes out of bounds, and that's off of the Jaguars. Kelsey Towns is going to check in now for the Lakers. She'll replace Valencia Johnson. And also in for Clayton State is Tenaria Wilson.
It's kind of a late appearance for Tenaria.
Yeah, really. I mean, we're more than halfway through this opening quarter.
That shows you how good the Lakers are playing when they feel like they can leave Wilson in or leave her on the bench for a long time.
Their leading scorer, 12.5 points per game. Alexander, pump fake on the three, drives, no. And a rebound almost lost there by Middleton.
When you have Towns in the lineup with Shakoria Miles, this is about the tallest lineup the Lakers will show you.
And they get it down low to Middleton, and her turnaround wouldn't go. Rimmed out. Tenaria's got it left side. And they'll set it up. Foster will run things. Towns throws it down low to Miles, spins, and was fouled.
Nice high-low offense. Get it in from Foster through Towns down to Shakoria Miles. Towns, you know, Mitch, it's been interesting. She's had some really good games, and then there's times where she'll just go and disappear a little bit. If they could get her going consistently, she really could be a good player.
And almost intercepted there, but Foster got it back, drives, hook, no. Miles the rebound, the putback is good.
And Shakoria had a huge game a few games ago on the road. I mean, you know, especially with Merriweather in limited minutes because of the injury, if Shakoria could go back to that form and get in the double figures consistently, there's few that could stop her.
She didn't play in the first meeting between these two teams. Didn't affect what happened, of course, with the Lakers winning by 30. Early, 5 to shoot. Got it down low. Middleton, she puts it up and was fouled. So, Brianna Middleton, senior forward from Ackworth, Georgia, Allatoona High School, not far from my neck of the woods. Their leading scorer, 10.5 points per game. Also averages 8 boards per outing. In the first meeting between these two teams, she had 8 points and 7 rebounds.
You can see Millette Green, the head coach for the Jaguars, switching it up a bit because they've had Middleton pretty much stationary down low in the post. That time she came off of a screen. Old pick and roll plays right down the paint. And when you've got that motion, you can just go and try to attack the basket. That seemed to catch Clayton stay off guard, so I have to see Middleton moving a lot more.
And Middleton, a 77% free throw shooter, missed on the first attempt. Meanwhile, Valencia Johnson back in the lineup now for the Lakers along with Quanah Bland. And Middleton sinks the second, makes 1 of 2, and that makes it 14-7 Lakers. Under 3 minutes remaining in this opening stanza here at the Lock. First to 2, the men will get going at about 7:30. Wilson on the dribble. Now to Foster. Working around the perimeter. Towns in the corner. Bounces it to Johnson. Her shot no good. Out of bounds, and that will be off the Lakers. So the Jaguars regain possession. Pressure in the backcourt by Clayton State. No problem breaking it, though. Kayla Patrick gives it to Early. Now it's Asia Harrison, drives into the paint, puts it up. The floater rolls in. Asia Harrison with her first bucket.
That's the first field goal, too?
And there's a 3 by Valencia Johnson. No, well, yeah, their first 2-point field goal.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, there's been 3, so that's correct. That's what I was about to say, is that 2-point field goal.
And back at the other end, Kayla Patrick follows her earlier 3 with a layup. Then Tenaria Wilson on a drive and 1.
I mean, if you looked at the scoring for Augusta, that's something that it took them that long to get a 2-point field goal because they had the 2 threes, the 1 free throw shot, and then it was below 2 minutes before they could finally get a, I guess for a lack of a better term, one of those the natural free or the natural field goals.
Old school field goal. And Tenaria finishes off the 3-point play, gives the Lakers a 20-11 lead. And we've got 1:30 left here in the first quarter. Lakers almost stole it, but couldn't come up with it. In the corner, this is Jalen Autumn, 23. Driving is Wilson, floater, and it goes. So Wilson with 5. Patrick also has 5 for Augusta. But they trail Clayton State by 7. We approach a minute left here in the first quarter.
And this is how the Lakers started the last time they played each other. They started off hot.
Quanah Bland got the nice charitable bounce on that three-pointer. Team leading 23 triples now on the season for Quanah Bland, the senior from Williamston, North Carolina. In the last meeting, she had 7 points. And she's coming off a career-high tying 21-point effort over Flagler. Quanah hit 5 of 8 from downtown in that one. And there's a whistle and a foul on Quanah right at the half-court line as she was trying to steal the basketball.
Yeah, Lakers up by 10. I mean, they did start off. They've started off hot here today, but when we talk about at Augusta, I mean, they started off really hot. They were outscored Augusta in that first quarter at Augusta 24-4. They were up by 20.
And never looked back in that one.
No, they played about even from there on out, but I mean, that 20 was a big difference. A lot of padding.
25 seconds left in the quarter. 10 to shoot for the Jaguars. Harrison, nowhere to go there. Backs it back out. Now crossover. Drive, stops, and pops on the baseline. The rebound, Johnson. 13 seconds left in the quarter. Tenaria Wilson. And she's pushed. What do they call an offensive foul? Yeah. So that one's going to go on Tenaria. Her first for the junior from Fort Pierce, Florida.
That's a tough one for Tenaria. It should come out for about 9 seconds, though.
And Kieta Saunders is in.
I mean, one of those.
Kieta sporting a new hairdo. Almost didn't recognize her.
Going blonde.
Going blonde there. Good look for the graduate student. Driving, putting it up and in is Jalen Autman. And there's your buzzer to end the first quarter. And the Lakers come away with a 23-15 advantage. We'll get to the second quarter in just a minute. Want to remind everybody that Clayton State Athletics is on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So stay connected to all of your favorite Lakers sports teams on social media. And also get up-to-date scores and stats by visiting ClaytonStateSports.com. Thoughts, Bill?
Or you can tweet at Mitch or myself if you'd like to.
You can follow me on Twitter at @TheMitchSports. And you were what, Al, at Bill Schindler?
I was very imaginative. Yeah, very imaginative that Bill Schindler.
I couldn't get Mitch Evans. You know that there is an Australian champion speedboat driver by the name of Mitch Evans. He has monopolized. If you Google Mitch Evans, that's who will come up.
Well, actually, that's how I envision you spending most of your free time.
Now, if you Google Mitch Evans Atlanta,
it still comes up as a champion speedboat racer, just like Altoona.
No, comes just plain old little old me. Talks about all the jobs that I've been let go from in the city of Atlanta over the course of the last 20+ years.
They're missing out.
Not this one yet. Not yet, my friends.
The Lakers, Mitch, I'll tell you what, the more I watch this women's team, we've talked ad nauseum about the depth on the team, the different areas that they play so well at in the scoring, but what stands out for me, especially over the last few games, has been the defense. We talked how good it was against Flagler when they beat them by 29. Now here today, this is not as good of a team as Flagler and the Jaguars, but the defense has just been outstanding, and this pressure that Kalina Coleman has preached is paying off.
Alexander has it, flips to Foster, crossover in the paint, nowhere to go, gets it to Valencia Johnson. Her attempt was short, and a rebound to Myers, the senior from Evans, Georgia. Yeah, they named it after me.
See, that's
my kinfolk.
That's if you Google Mitch Evans, Georgia, that comes up.
That comes up. That's right. Corner 3, in and out by Patrick. Towns takes down the rebound.
Or maybe Evans, Georgia. It still comes up with an Australian speedboat racer.
Seriously, it's the guy. He races one of those, like cigarette boats, speedboats.
I'll have to get in on that. Lakers still shooting 66%.
Oh, nice look down low from Newby to Johnson. She couldn't finish, but then was fouled.
The Lakers have led 9 minutes and 9 seconds so far of this game.
Cameron Wilson with the foul, her first.
It is the big difference. Augusta's not playing poorly. It's the turnovers, 5-2 right now. The Lakers have forced the Jaguars to commit 3 more. Ooh. Some contact on both ends.
So the Lakers with a foul.
They didn't call that on it.
No, I don't know. Well,
they just called it out of bounds.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, they said it was out of bounds. The contact was negligible.
All right. Well, better than a personal foul on one of the Lakers.
Yeah, Newby. That would have not been a good first foul call. Although there was a lot of contact. Might have gotten away with one.
Work it up top. Now in the corner, it's Wilson. Guarded by Bland. 3 to shoot. Harrison lets go and is air ball. Newby gets it, and she's on the run. Madison in transition, puts it up. Ball was deflected out, but Maddie was fouled en route to the basket. And that's going to be Cameron Wilson's second in the last 30 seconds. So Newby to the line. And Madison hits the first now with 2 points. Madison had a team leading 16 points in the first meeting between these two teams. So Newby with 3, all at the line. Lakers go up 10. A little under 2 minutes into the second quarter here at the lock. Alicia Merriweather getting ready to check in for Clayton State at the next stoppage and play. And a nice look inside from Asia Harrison to Brianna Middleton. She gets her first bucket. And it's 25-17 Lakers. In the post, it was Saunders. Back outside to Alexander. Drives the baseline, sets up down low to Newby, and she's able to bank it home.
Right now, we talked about the post play for Augusta. It's been the Lakers. They've been getting positioned offensively down there. Nobody's stopping them.
And the Lakers with the steal. Newby right back to the bucket, up and in, and one.
Madison.
So Madison taking over here early in this second quarter.
Well, that's about, 4 possessions that she has taken it down below the basket. One was that no call, and it was the turnover. Could have gone against her, but it was the turnover on Newby. The other 3 have put her down either with baskets or at the line.
Altman with the foul, by the way.
Why not, if you're Madison Newby at this point, just press the action and keep driving.
Well, Madison completes the 3-point play. And she now has 8. Leads the Lakers. Valencia Johnson with 7. It's 30-17 Clayton State. And then a foul on Saunders just inside the half-court line.
Kietta's had kind of a mixed bag of minutes at times, and she's gone off. We have one game where she had a really good streak going offensively, but she really is a player that you would like to see get more aggressive offensively, but she is so good defensively, hard-nosed. She'll go out there and give you minutes, and you don't lose anything defensively when you put her out on the floor at that position, about the 4.
This is Myers with the basketball for Augusta. Flips to Patrick. Gave up her dribble. Corner. It's Kiera Howard. There's a 3 from the left side, and it came up short by Harrison. Lakers with it, and Alexander will wait for everybody to catch up. Newby with a bad bounce pass, but got it back and then sets up Saunders for the layup.
There you go.
And Kiera Saunders, it's been a while for Kiera. She's only averaging 8.5 minutes in 22 previous games, and under a point per game for Kieta.
She had one game with like 4 points, and you know, they kind of went away after that.
This could put her over at least 1 point per game now.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can get her going a little bit.
Well, she's really essentially a swing player. You can put her in that 4, the 3 spot, back and forth, depending on what you need on the court. You know, on that offensive possession, she sat out or was out on the near side wing, cut in baseline. Nobody stopped her. And it was good court vision for her to get in position under the basket, and then a good pass to find her.
Lakers up by 15, 3:23 into this second quarter here at the Athletic Center. And certainly a different type of atmosphere than what we had going on here on Saturday with homecoming. It's a little bit quieter and less populated inside the gym.
Well, with homecoming, it was packed the other night. That was really exciting on Saturday. But
interestingly enough, Bill, they've left the courtside seats out, though.
Of course, courtside seats to the Lakers. You can't beat that.
You know, courtside seats, but they're empty right now. Diane Cannon not in her seat. Jack Nicholson not in his.
They're in traffic.
Oh, wait, wrong Lakers.
Fashionably late.
Well, then I could say Nate Powell and Nate Powell not in his seat.
Hey, Jack's in traffic from Los Angeles. He'll be here in about 3 days.
Pressure for the Lakers, but no problem for Harrison to get it across. Here's Myers. Gives it to Kiera Howard, who somehow put that in. She got stopped dead in her tracks, but was able to put it up and in. Her first bucket makes it 32-19 Lakers. Alexander puts it on the floor, penetrates, floats it up, no. And a rebound hauled in by Middleton. She gave it to Kiera Howard. She goes to the bucket, missed. And Saunders got it, and she gets it in front, ahead to Wilson, and she can't finish. So Tenaria usually does, no problem on that, but not that time. Middleton down low, turns, shoots, and misses. Bland on the right wing, goes into the paint, gives it to Merriweather, and she got the charitable high bounce to drop. Alicia with her first bucket. She's averaging 10.5 on the season. And the Lakers ahead 34-19 on Augusta.
And Merriweather went through that time where she struggled, had 2 games in a row where she struggled shooting, then the injury. It's nice to see her getting back from that injury and shooting okay again.
Missing on the 3 was Harrison. Saunders another rebound for Clayton State. And now Kalina Coleman calling out a play, getting her team to slow it down just a little bit. Tenaria stops and pops at the foul line, in and out. And Middleton swoops in to pull down the rebound.
It's a well-designed play, a lot of motion. The problem was the motion took everybody away from trying to get that rebound off the miss.
This is Patrick, swings it right side to Myers. Kiera Howard floats and banks it home. Howard's got 4, the freshman from McDonough, just down the road. And it's 34-21 Lakers. We approach the 4-minute mark remaining in this opening half. Alexander stops and shoots. Won't go, whistle down low, and they're going to call the foul on the Lakers. And that's going to be 3 on Tenaria Wilson. Oh, check that. Her second.
Still, you know, a higher number, at least with 4 minutes left till the second half. She'll probably be on the bench, but they started her late. She's seen less minutes in this game than we're used to seeing the leading scorer out there. And of course, as always, she comes off the bench. They started her that one game, and Kalina Coleman said never again. She didn't have a good game then. So, but that one was a foul. You can see the Augusta player hunched over.
And the miss there, Lakers, ball out of bounds off of Clayton State. Lakers knocked it out. Here's the inbound. 24 is Olivia Swanson from Marietta. Here's a three left side, no. Fought for, offensive rebound by Howard, but missed. Got another rebound on the offensive glass, that time by Middleton. She couldn't convert, and the Lakers come away with it. Foster in the lane, no, but a whistle before. And that's going to be a foul on Kiera Howard.
Right now, they've done an excellent job, though, containing Brianna Middleton. Only 3 points for her. Their leading scorer. They just have not had many answers to get her going in the paint so far.
So Newby to throw in underneath her own bucket and flips the pass to Foster. Lucky it didn't get picked off. And then Merriweather down low and an offensive foul on Valencia Johnson. So that'll be the first for the senior from Hoover, Alabama. And it's Jaguars basketball again. They're down 13. They trailed all the way here, basically. They had the lead briefly on 2 threes. They were up by 6-4. Lakers with the steal, and then Monica Alexander gets fouled on the reach-in by Middleton.
Going to get us some updated turnover numbers here, Mitch, with the Lakers. Regardless of what they are, it seems like they've been doing a good job forcing those turnovers, and they have 7-5. A little tighter than I thought, actually, but still getting in those passing lanes.
So at the line, Monica Alexander. And it rims in and out. 69% from the line this season for the senior from Richmond, Virginia. Got another coming. And Monica makes it and gives the Lakers a 35-21 lead over Augusta. Monica with 4, hit that 3 early in the game. And then the steal by Johnson gets to Monica. She got rejected. And the Lakers still come away with it. Foster, and her pass for Merriweather was picked by Middleton. Get it ahead. This is Harrison. Down low, Middleton spins, left-hander, no. Got her own rebound, though, and then finishes there. Nice work by the senior.
Yeah, and that's one of the first times she's gotten loose. You can't let her open like that. She'll get you every time.
Foster got it to Merriweather, who had a tiptoe on the baseline, and then the Lakers lose it. So Augusta on the run. They don't have numbers, so they'll pull it back. And here's a 3 that came up short by Swanston.
You know, Middleton, she just wants a breather right now. She's calling for a substitution. But you could tell there's a little pep in her step after she got the points, but now it's slowed down.
And Newby drove the baseline, missed. Merriweather cleaned up, but couldn't follow and finish. And the Lakers give away another possession there where it looked like they could have had an easy basket.
Yeah, and they could have against Middleton. She is starting to really struggle to get up and down the court.
Pump fake by Patrick, and they work it. Harrison. Here's a 3 left side that won't go by Myers. And then the save and kept alive by Harrison, but she stepped on the end line.
You know, Mitch, the Lakers have shot very well from the free throw line. We talked about how that has needed to be improving, or needed some improvement, and they're 6 of 8 today. So 75%. It's a good start for them.
Corey Miles back in for Clayton State, and Delania Clarity in for the first time this evening. And that's Delania with it right there. Now it's Newby, left side, screen from VJ. And she's going to try and go into the paint, float it up, no, but drew the foul. And that's what Madison Newby does. Madison Newby on this season coming in, 143 attempts. Now she has already made 4 free throws, so she's gone over the 100 mark on the season. Madison has made 103 free throws. You can make it 104 now.
As a side note, I can't believe they didn't take Middleton out after that last stoppage of play. She put her hand up.
Yes, she did, and then someone went right to the scorer's table.
And so I thought for sure she'd come out. She did not. Checked in for another player. She's still out there, and she is she's being a trooper.
Yeah, well, maybe she said, no, I'm all right. Lakers almost steal it there, but somehow Harrison kept it, but then threw it away, but the kick on Clayton State. Corey Miles booted it.
The old Nike special.
And they get it down low and missing. Point blank was Jalen Altman, freshman from Hopes Mill, North Carolina, for the Jaguars. So the Lakers up by 14, under a minute left here in this second quarter. Johnson, down low, Miles, turns, and she shot an air ball from 5 feet. Lakers almost steal it, and Newby picks up the personal. That will be the first on the junior from Lawrenceville.
Well, one thing you know, I think Madison Newby, the 2 players I would not want to get fouled by for the Lakers, Madison Newby or Tatiana Foster. Seems like both of those players, when they foul you, they'll foul you hard.
Oh, at least they're not getting cheated, you know?
That's true. They're not hand checks.
Harrison squeezes it down low to Middleton. She was able to get the shot off, but missed on the hook attempt. Lakers with the rebound, shot clock off. 20 seconds left in the half. So Newby will just hold it back and wait for the last shot. Clarity right side. Here comes Foster with the ball, 8 to shoot. Maddie drives into the paint, floats it up, wouldn't go. Middleton with the rebound, 2-1, and that'll come up short, and that will do it for the first half. And your halftime score, Clayton State leading Augusta University by the score of 37 to 23. I tell you what, I can guarantee you right now that we will have the Ortho Atlanta halftime report after Bill and I take this break. Welcome back, everyone. Time for the Ortho Atlanta halftime report. Mitch Evans and Bill Schindler really here. Lakers basketball is going well so far. First half for the women, and they lead Augusta by the score of 37-23. And leading the way right now for the Lakers, Madison Newby with 10 points. Valencia Johnson has 7. Lakers shooting just under 42% so far. And one thing that sticks out for me, Bill, certainly we talked about it, free throw shooting, and the Lakers right now have started out 8 of 10, talking about a team that is next to last in the Peach Belt Conference with 42%.
Yeah, they have done a good job at free throw shooting, like you mentioned. I mean, that is one thing that keep looking at over and over and over again, where it needs to just come up. And when we think about it in close games where that could really hurt them, and today it certainly has it. And true to form, they have been out there active, forcing turnovers. They forced 9, and out of those 9, they have 9 points. So those are the hallmarks for the Lakers. In any given day, we see who's going to be the team leader in scoring. And today it has been Madison Newby with those 10 points, and Valencia Johnson, another good game for her. I mean, possible another double-double. She's going to have to go a long way with the rebounding. She's only got 3 of those, but I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility, but 7 and 3 for her.
Yeah, and she, I mean, she's off to a start as far as with the 7 points, but she's 3 of 11 from the field, so she could have more. And as for Newby's concerned, she's 2 of 4 from the floor, but 6 of 7 from the line. That's where she's done most of her damage. Madison's drawn a bunch of fouls and has been able to get to the charity stripe and take care of business there. So one other little nugget for Valencia, she's got 3 steals so far in the first half. And for Valencia Johnson, that's something that she's really taken a big step in over the course of the last month plus, is her defense has really, really been solid.
Yeah, it sure has. The defense for this team, we talked about, we quantify things and you can go through and you talk about percentages and rebound. I mean, all the numbers that are tangible that we can point to and just say, well, this is what they're doing well. You can look at turnovers, yeah, that is a good defensive number. But really, you just have to watch a team play. And the Lakers, what they're doing defensively, it also doesn't show up in the scorebook because, they're moving a player like Brianna Middleton out of the spot where she wants to be. They have covered her up. They've made the game plan for the Jaguars go a different way. Those are things I can't sit here at halftime and point to a certain number. But when we see it, that's an impressive thing for a team to do at this level. So that's what gives me hope for this team, not only in this game, but when we look going forward and maybe hosting a game in the Peach Belt Conference Tournament. This team has a lot going for them when I start seeing those things appear on the court where they're playing some great team defense.
Well, we have not been tied once in this game. We have had 4 lead changes. Augusta led by 2 points. That's their largest lead. Clayton State, biggest lead, 15. Augusta led for all of 31 seconds. And the Lakers have led for 18:06. Game was tied for 1 minute and 20 seconds. So that's the stories we get ready for the second half of play here at the Lock. Got a few more folks in here now. They have taken away the courtside seats, so we'll have a problem if Jack Nicholson and Diane Cannon show up. They'll have to sit in the seats with the regular riffraff.
I guess they'll have to, if they come, maybe they'll throw out another seat or 2. It is President's Day. The kids are off, so there are some kids in the stands. Traffic's a little lighter for Atlanta, a little bit. Mitch got here, though, yesterday, so...
Yeah, again, I thought we were a 1:30 opening tip as opposed to 5:30. Just, I was a little off. Just a touch.
Hey, again, I've been thinking that games sometimes are later than they are. And so that is the issue when you think the game starts at 7:30 and it starts at 5.
Yeah, we've never had really the guys start at 7:30.
Other place. I'm just saying, I've had the, like, are you getting close? And you're like, no. Why? Oh, I'm supposed to be there. So, see, I mean, you know, it works out. It works out. Getting here early, though, bitch. That's a good thing.
Yeah, no, it was good. Felt good. Again, I got to shoot around with the guys, so that was fun.
You got to explain the greater Morrow area.
Augusta starts with the basketball to begin this third quarter, down by 14. Lakers with Alexander, Newby, Johnson, Williams, and Foster, the starting lineup, out on the floor. Driving the baseline, passing it was Mallory Myers. 8 to shoot. Wilson drives, stops and pops, and hits. Cameron Wilson had 5 in the first half to lead the Jaguars along with Brianna Middleton and Kayla Patrick. So Lakers' first opportunity with the basketball here in the third quarter. Newby screen, get it to Johnson, drives, puts it up, nope. Middleton is able to corral the rebound. And they get it ahead. Wilson, no one paid any attention to Cameron Wilson there. She was all by her lonesome. Now with 9, and the Lakers' lead was 15, has been cut to 10.
Well, Cameron Wilson had the bulk of her 5 points, I mean, at the beginning of that first quarter. And it seems like now here in the third quarter, in this second half, she's coming out and doing the same thing.
Johnson thought about a 3, then tried to loop the pass into Williams and was picked off, and then Valencia is lucky she didn't pick up a foul. Corner 3, off the backboard, no, and then deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with Augusta. Kayla Patrick, the senior from Augusta, also a Young Harris transfer, missed on that triple attempt.
They're going to call on a foul on Williams. And so that, you know, will send the aforementioned Brianna Middleton to the line. And that 15 minutes in the locker room, just a night and day. You could tell she got her legs back. Defensively, you saw the rejection by her on the post pass in the to not Merriweather, but I should say Brittany Williams down low. She got in front of the pass, and then on the other side, fighting for position. She looks like an entirely different player than the player that was worn out early on in that second quarter.
And Middleton misses both and then comes flying in as Asia Harrison to steal the rebound, and she still maintains possession. Middleton's got it, and her hook goes. Middleton's got 7, and that Laker lead has been cut to 8 now. And we got a timeout, as Kalina Coleman does not like what she sees. Not even 2 minutes into this third quarter, and what was a 37-23 lead is now 37-29, so a 6-0 run to start this third quarter by the visiting Jaguars.
Well, I know you have to space it out as a coach, and with Brianna Middleton, she's their best player, and especially when you're down, you want her on the court. But I really thought they did her a disservice by keeping her out there as long as they did. I mean, it was pretty apparent that she was gassed, and you just see the difference in her now getting that break. If they would have sat her down for 2-3 minutes, I think it actually would have helped them. And sometimes, you know, you say, why do you take your best players off the court? Well, I mean, they're tired. They need a little bit of a breather. And in that case, I think they played her a little bit too long. They probably could have gotten more out of her. You know, you talk about the law of diminishing returns. Well, that was sort of proven right there. But they're going to have to watch it if they keep going down the Middleton and they get some traction with her. They can get her involved in the game. When she is playing well, it's a different team for the Jaguars.
By the way, didn't inform you about the all-time series since we didn't do a pregame. My fault. Lakers hold the 19-12 advantage dating back to the first meeting, which was in January of 1998. Also, Clayton State comes in having won the last 4 meetings in a row between these two teams. So Lakers will throw in their own backcourt. Tatiana Foster will bring it across, double teamed at the line, but all is fine now. Wilson stops and shoots and nails it.
There you go, a little foul trouble for her early on. She has not played as many minutes, just they didn't bring her off the bench early on. they can get her, she could be the answer to Middleton, perhaps.
Tenaria's got 5. Lakers back up by 10. 2.5 into this third quarter. Harrison working on Alexander before she throws over to Myers. Gets the screen from Middleton, then it's picked up by Brittany Williams. Oh, nice anticipation there by Brittany to steal away the basketball. Newby on the move at the foul line, goes to the paint, and the scoop won't go. Alexander saves, got it to Madison, and she puts it home off the glass.
Nice
Lakers steal it, back down low, and that's Monica Alexander. Monica's got 6. The Lakers back up by 14, just like that, Bill.
Yeah, and Tatiana Foster got the steal before going to Alexander. The defense again paying dividends.
And that's an offensive foul out of bounds off of Mallory Myers.
Yeah,
she just dribbled it out of bounds. Good defense there, though.
Force her in an angle, and that's not what you want your point guard to do. At least try to turn. I mean, you'll take the offensive foul, but more times than not, they'll call a defensive block because the defender's feet are still moving.
Here's Newby. Foul line. Going to drive again, fake the spin, and then puts it up with the scoop. Got it back. Can't get it to go, though. And then there's going to be a foul on Clayton State, and that's Brittany Williams. And that will be 3 on the junior from Albany.
Mitch, it's not a tailor-made analogy, but just go with me here. See what you think.
I can hardly wait.
Well, Madison Newby reminds me a little bit of Nate Powell from last year for the men's team.
That's good take.
I mean, not in every way, but the energy, and you know what she does well that Nate Powell did well, is she'll drive into the paint and get players in the air, and then she'll draw body contact and get to the line. Something Nate Powell did, and you see a lot of that in Madison Newby.
Well, I think you're right there, because it all flowed from Nate, and I think it all flows from Madison as far as what this team does. 10 to shoot for the Jaguars. That's a 3 by Patrick. Came up short, and then Newby wasn't able to track it down after she swatted the ball away. And then Middleton cleans things up. She's got 9, and the Lakers are up by 12. 5:45 left in the third quarter. Wilson to Alexander. Cross court, Foster. Merriweather in now for the Lakers. Foul line jumper, no, by Foster. Myers the rebound. Gets it ahead to Howard, who drives the baseline. Her floater goes. Kiera Howard with 7. Check that, with 6. And it's 43-33.
Very nice. From Eagles Landing High School. The Game of Thrones name winner for high schools.
Wilson's jumper, no, got her own rebound on the follow and drew the foul. Nice work by Tenaria. Didn't give up after the miss. And the foul is on Middleton. That'll be 2 on her for the Jaguars.
You can just start calling her Tenacious Tenaria.
Yeah, I love it. She is. Tenaria is 60% from the line on the season. And she hits the front, hits both, excuse me. Or makes 1, pardon me. 44-33 Lakers. Wilson with 6. Right side. Patrick bounces it to Howard. Now back to Patrick, who lets go from downtown, rims in and out. Middleton had it on the rebound and then lost it and went out of bounds. Now they're going to overrule him possibly and say that it was off the Lakers. We're going to wait and see. Discussion right now between Kiki Tardy and Chris Vargas.
Oh, Kiki, do you love me?
And apparently she doesn't love Clayton State because they said the ball went out of bounds off of the Lakers. 4:43 remaining in the third quarter. Clayton State continuing to lead Augusta University by the score of 44-33. Today's broadcast would not be possible without the generous support of Laker basketball broadcast partners. They would be Heritage Bank, Drury Hotels, Rocky's Cafe and Pizza, Ivy Southeast Employees Credit Union, Classic Buses,
Fritz,
George's Own Credit Union, Carrabba's Italian Grill, and Ortho Atlanta.
I want to know what the Classic Buses are. I mean, because, you know, there are some, I will say this, there are classic buses, and there are buses that are, let's just put it this way,
buses
past their prime.
Yes.
I've ridden on some of those buses in my career. I remember in Alaska, like one of the first buses we had road trips on, they said the odometer broke at, I think it was about 300,000 miles. And they were like, well, that was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So that thing was, I think, you know, you basically had to chew some chewing gum to make sure it was working and stick it in the different areas. But
well,
that was a classic bus.
Yeah, but in a different
sense.
Yes.
In a different sense.
Yeah.
I think the buses at Classic Bus Sale very nicer.
The epitome of classic.
Exactly.
Classic in the frame of quality. The drive won't go, but Kiera Howard will go to the line.
Tell you what, I think, you know, that's one thing. We'd all be a lot better off if everybody did like a great Greyhound road trip somewhere. Teaches you a lot more about yourself in the country.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
You get a good experience on that one.
Monica Alexander picks up her second personal. That sends Howard to the line. The freshman from McDonough sinks the first. She now has 7.
Well, I mean, it's been obviously a good game from the Lakers standpoint, where they are now up by
9. Yeah, they're in single digits now off the 2 free throws by Howard. Then the foul in the backcourt by Howard as she was trying to check Tatiana Foster across center court.
But, you know, they haven't put Augusta away. You know, and that's just one thing. You know, there's a lot of time left. You just got to be cognizant of the fact that Augusta's hanging around. Of course, we expect it to be a close game against Flagler. They beat them by 29.
And the drive by Wilson, no, and then in and out on the follow by Merriweather. And the ball goes out of bounds off the Lakers. Check that foul on Merriweather. So that's numero uno on Merriweather, the junior from Augusta.
They'll take that because she'll be significantly less playing time with that right knee injury.
I mean, Alicia had 14 and 12 in the first meeting, and here she is right now with just a deuce.
You got to give her credit for sucking it up in her senior year and being out there.
Wilson drives, doesn't get the roll, fought for, she gets it back, misses, and then Alexander reels in the rebound and is fouled from behind. And that will go on Howard. That'll be your third.
Yeah, they were trying to get the foul.
Check that. That's 4 on Kiera Howard now.
Augusta was trying to get the foul on the shot. I mean, that from Cameron Wilson was just put up there to just get the foul. That didn't have anything to do with the basket at all. No, it's just a wild shot.
Foster facing pressure, but goes zigs in, zigs out, and is able to break it. Newby up top. Merriweather calling for it. Gets it in the paint, spins, and the left-hander was off the mark. And then the follow goes by Alicia.
Right now they're not really getting contested too much defensively down low are the Lakers.
46-35 Clayton State, 3.5 remaining in the third quarter. Asia Harrison works it right side. Wilson puts it on the floor, stops and shoots and drains it.
Ooh.
Nicely done by Cameron Wilson. 6 here in the third, 11 on the evening. Foster 2-on-1, gets it to Merriweather and she drives it home. So Alicia has gotten hot here in the third with back-to-back buckets. She's got 6. Lakers back up by 11.
Yeah, the Lakers see that they're not really getting any challenges down the paint, so they're just going, hey, we'll keep going to Merriweather until they close it off.
And now the double team with Wilson and Foster. The Lakers steal it. Newby from the floor gets it to Wilson. She hangs and puts it in and one. Tenaria Wilson. Great hustle by Madison Newby. And then Tenaria Wilson, tenacious Tenaria, as you said, Bill. That was all that and more right there.
Yeah, I mean, you could see it coming. You knew she was going to get fouled. Everybody kind of knew she was going to get fouled, and still went at the basket, got it to go. And of course, then misses the free throw attempt, but still not a bad play.
Tenaria's got 8. Lakers steal it again. Newby again on the floor. Puts it up, won't go, but she is fouled by Altman. So Jalen Altman with her third. And that will send Newby to the line. And the transfer from Georgia State with 12 to lead the Lakers here. Make it 13. Now substitutions for Augusta as Patrick and Early report in. 51-37 Clayton State. And make it 52-37 for the Lakers. Their biggest lead of the game. Matches it up by 15 thanks to that free throw by Madison Newby. We got a timeout on the floor. 30-second timeout. 2:28 left in the third. Clayton State on top. 52-37 over Augusta. Meanwhile, we'll keep it here unless you need to turn it off there, Bill. Bill doing some technical work right now with the equipment, or at least checking it out. We rely on Bill here. Not only does Bill do the analysis, but he basically keeps us on the air here. He brings us in and takes us out.
I was about to take out the equipment, get some water and
get some new equipment.
Yeah.
Yes.
A slight.
Ryan, you listening?
A slight water accident. Well, right now the Lakers looking good. I mean, this is, as Kalina Coleman told me before the game, a trap game. She felt like, nervous here at home. You get a little complacent. A game you should win against Augusta, especially after the drubbing they put on Blackburn.
Right. And the fact that they beat this team there by 30.
Yeah. So, I mean, everybody's, this is one of those games you just say, oh, well, it should go this way. Well, that's when usually they don't. And so as a coach, it gives you a little bit of pause and panic. And, she was a little nervous before the game, just saying like she hopes everybody shows up and they play the way that they're capable. So far, so good.
Pressure in the backcourt. Jaguars able to break and get into their front court. But still with the pressure. Lakers all over the place. Pass down low and converting is Altman. 52-39 Clayton State. Wilson. Bounce pass to Merriweather on a run. Nicely done there. So Alicia now has 8. Give the assist to Wilson. The steal by Tenaria. 2-on-1 with Newby. Behind the back lead pass. They couldn't get it going. And then the Lakers put it home. Tenaria Wilson with the bucket there. She's got 7 of her 10 here in the third. Another steal. Newby with the layup. Newby's got 16, and the Lakers have jetted out to a 19-point cushion. 1:31 remaining in the third quarter, and the Lakers ahead 58-39. We'll take a quick TO. Be back in just a minute. All right, ready to resume play here at the Lock. Buck and a half left in the third quarter. And the Lakers with their biggest lead, 19 points. And another steal by Foster. Bounce pass to Alexander, sets her up for the layup. 60-39, Lakers. And they get it into the front court, but boy, they had to do everything possible. Then the miss from the right side by Altman. Wilson going to go right to the rack and draw another foul. That one will be on Myers. Quick note on Myers, by the way, talking about Evans, Georgia. Sydney Graydon, the sophomore forward, who has not played in this one. She's also from Evans, Georgia, as is Myers. But Myers was born in Bamberg, Germany.
Uh-huh.
I'm setting that up for you because usually you have something to say about.
I am not. I don't have anything on Bamberg, Germany.
Nothing.
I'm looking up where Evans is.
I mean, you know.
I'm guessing parents were military.
I would assume, yeah.
I mean, there are obviously different reasons to go to Germany. Evans, by the way, is right outside of Augusta. But I mean,
Wilson makes 1 of 2 and now checks out. Clarity back in for Lakers.
Not a bad place to grow up around the world. Actually, at the Hall of Fame dinner, I was talking to a nice lady who works here in the administrative office. This was
and a double dribble on early, so the Lakers force another turnover. You know, coming into this game, you looked at a few things. First of all, the Lakers with they forced the most turnovers in the conference at 23.5 per game. And so you knew coming in that this probably would be a problem for this team because they commit 16.5 per game.
Yeah, I mean,
of course, the Lakers also turn it over 19 times per game.
Actually, Augusta did an okay job for them in that first half.
Nice bounce pass there by Merriweather, but the Lakers couldn't pick up the bucket. And again, another turnover. This time it's Howard throwing it away on the pass intended for Harrison.
Went to the men's coach in Deep Mitro.
Yeah, right now, Dip Mitras and Jimmy Link are having a little bit of a discussion at the far baseline, right by the entrance to the gymnasium.
Dip's been there a while.
12 seconds here on the shot clock and game clock for the Lakers. Get it down low, a whistle that won't go by Merriweather. The foul's on Caleb Patrick.
The men's coach for Augusta, what, 15 years, something like that?
Yeah, Dip Mitras, 15 years at Augusta, 23rd year as a college head coach. Has had 2 losing seasons, and those were his first 2 seasons in college coaching.
He'll never make it.
Right?
What's this young punk kid they hired? 2 losing seasons in a row. Change directions.
Merriweather hits the first, misses the second. She's got 9. 7 of them here in the third, and 2 seconds left. They get it off, and they hit it.
Ooh.
The basket there by Jalen Altman to end the third quarter. But the Lakers leading it by 21 points. Clayton State 62, Augusta 49. Back for fourth quarter action in just a minute. Almost ready to start the fourth quarter here at the Lock. Lakers sending out Kelsey Towns, Tatiana Foster, Corey Miles, Delania Clarity, and Monica Alexander to start this final period. Here's Towns. Foster got a screen from Miles, gives to Towns, who uncorks from downtown and nails it. Kelsey Towns, her first bucket. And it's 65-41 Lakers. Howard on the dribble. Now it's Wilson. Flips to Early, back to Wilson, right wing. Altman to Howard, who floats it up, won't go. And Towns wheels in the rebound and then back taps it to Alexander. Now it's Foster. Lakers in no hurry here, up by 24, biggest lead of the game. Foster works in and out, drives, misses. Rebound to the Jaguars, and then stopping the dribble was Altman, and she almost had it stolen by Kelsey, but she stepped out of bounds.
Just watching the Lakers offense there, it's kind of interesting designs on those plays. It's almost like they want the point guard, it's a prerogative to see once the point guard drives to kick it out. They had everybody down on the baseline except for the point guard and Foster. She drove, everybody exited back out to the perimeter.
Minute 20 into this fourth quarter. Howard backs out, spins, almost lost it, 3 to shoot, puts it up, and banks it in and out. Clarity the board. She'll bring it up along the left wing. Flip to Foster. Early checking her. Screen from Miles. Foster nowhere to go. And then Early was able to rip it off. And then Early lost it, got it back underneath the hoop, couldn't make it. And Early's able to track it down. Get it down low. Middleton, no. Got her own rebound. Put it back. Wouldn't go. Foster got it. Alexander right side. Goes through the screen, drives to the bucket and loses it. Wilson steals it. On the move, up the middle. Bounce pass, left side. With the fake, it's Altman. And then she goes into the lane, put it up and missed. Towns got the board. 7:30 left here in the ball game. Lakers still up by 24. Alexander. Now it's Clarity. Bounces it, left side. Towns, down low, Miles. That won't go. They're going to call an offensive foul on Corey.
I got the Miss Kiki from the head coach, Kalina Coleman.
What's that? Is that right?
I got the yes. I think it was the correct call, but still. It gets the, you know, Kiki Tardy's done a fine job here over the season. We've seen her quite a bit. But Kalina Coleman getting the Miss Kiki out.
Alexander out and Saunders in now for Clayton State. Howard gets fouled by Clarity. No, check that. She gets fouled by Foster. So Tatiana with her first. The sophomore, and that's 2 on Foster. She is scoreless in this one, averaging 5 points per game. Set it up down low to Sydney Graydon in for the first time. That wouldn't drop. Saunders got the rebound, and she'll bring it up. And then give to Foster. Tatiana holding, looking, now dribbles. Screen from Miles, Tatiana, down low to Corey, but she wasn't in position to shoot. Then the 3 offline by Clarity, who percentage-wise is the top 3-point shooter on this team. And in and out there, the offensive rebound though. Nice work by Sydney Graydon out of Greenbrier High School. Her first basket. Makes it 65-43. Clayton State. Saunders has it up top. Foster now looking. Clarity going to drive the baseline. Floated up. Nope. Graydon with the board.
Just looking at the turnover differential right now. Lakers have forced 9 more turnovers now, 19-10. So that is starting to grow, and you're seeing it show up on the scoreboard.
Altman gets her own rebound off the miss. Then Kelsey Towns got the board after another errant shot there by the Jaguars.
I mean, just 2 possessions ago, we saw Augusta try that 3. They've only hit 2 threes in this game. Those were the first 2 baskets they made in this game.
Foster missed the scoop. Jaguars got it back. Altman, guarded by Towns. Down low, Graydon turns and gets rejected by Miles.
There you go. Shikoria, I mean, she has so much potential that sometimes she plays up to it. There's other times, that she frustrates her coach a bit, but the size and what she can do in the paint, it's almost like if she realizes how good she can play, she would be an outstanding player at that 5.
Brittany Williams back in. Saunders with the rejection on the 3-point attempt. Foster going to go right at it and misses. She's still scoreless. Williams got the rebound, and it spins out of bounds. It'll go over to Augusta. Also in for the first time tonight, Brielle Mackey for the Lakers, the freshman from Hiram, Georgia. Timeout on the floor. We've got 4:45 left in this one. All Lakers 65-43 over the visiting Jaguars of Augusta University.
And I think, this is the point in the season, and why not? You look like this game's going in the right direction. We talked about now they're 3rd in the conference in the standings. It's starting to realistically get into the discussion, and maybe they could finish at 2. Who knows?
Yeah, well, North Georgia off today, and we see North Georgia on Wednesday. Now, if the Lakers win, and it looks like they're on the way to doing that, up by 22 at this point with 4:45 left, that will reduce the deficit to 1 full game. If the Lakers then win on Wednesday, the 2 teams will be tied for 2nd place. Just keep that in mind.
Certainly more than possible.
And then after that game, there are only 3 more left in the regular season.
True. And
is that right? 2 on the road, 1 here?
And one of them's, at home.
We close with Columbus State on a week from this Saturday.
And tentatively, if they would host, it would be March the 5th. So that would be a Tuesday after the 2nd, would be the season finale on the 2nd.
Well, it's on Saturday against Columbus State, right. Yeah, that's here at the Lock. So that will be senior day. Both teams back on the floor. Jaguars basketball. This is Myers with it. Watched closely by Foster. Almost threw it away, but Harrison was able to track it down. Right side, Altman. Now on the drive, floating it up, not getting the bounce with Swanston. And it's going to go the other way. The foul will go on Sydney Graydon, sophomore, with her first. Pressure in the backcourt by the Jags. Lakers break it. Mackey faked on the 3 and then backs it out. And a whistle. That shot won't count. Well, we'll see what Chris Vargas has. No foul. All right, well, the Lakers will inbound with 23 seconds left on the shot clock. Foster bounces to Towns, who looks. Now Saunders coming through a screen is Mackey. Foster flips it back to her. She lets go with the 3. In and out. The rebound to Graydon. Harrison puts it on the floor and then backs out Saved it by getting it to Swanston. And then the three by Myers rimmed in and out. 3:23 left in this one. Lakers leading by 22.
We're trying to get to the point where some of these games not even getting close anymore. The Lakers have played that well.
Foster's scoop wouldn't go. Lakers got the rebound, though. Kieta Saunders.
Start off with the Lakers they were playing in some pretty close games. Remember against Wingate?
And like a slew of them.
Yeah.
Under 3 minutes now here at the Lock. First of two between Clayton State and Augusta. Williams turned and missed, but Saunders got the rebound. Foster. Saunders fakes. Oh, nice look down low to Williams, and she banked it in. Straight ahead. Brittany with 6.
You look back on the schedule, the Lakers had like all those games that were 3-point games. Now they're winning by 20 almost.
Corner 3 came up short by Harrison. Towns got the rebound. Saunders going to drive, put it up. She got tied up. So the arrow gives it back to the Jaguars.
Yeah, I mean, they beat Flagler by 29. Beat Georgia College, 63-48?
You know, have I missed something? Does Augusta just have the one basket in this second half, in this fourth quarter?
Yeah.
Got him with 2 points.
Yep.
That's by Sidney Graydon. That was it.
Closest game they played in a while was against Francis Marion in Florence, and they won 80-72.
Okay, right. By the way, the Lakers have only scored 5 points here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And then a whistle and a foul, and that's on Kieta.
Yeah, and the last Laker loss was at Columbus State, and that was an overtime loss. So you have to go back till the 23rd of January when they lost in regulation. That was a pretty big defeat, but other than that, they have played exceptionally well. Gosh, the Flagler beating them 76-47 was impressive. This one's getting there too. Big block. Kelsey Towns.
And the miss there by Harrison. She tried to foul Clarity from behind, but missed her, couldn't catch up to her. Saunders. Now it's Mackey driving, whistle.
Gabrielle Mackey, the good part about this is she's getting some more playing time. We've seen her quite a bit now over the last few games. She's a freshman, a long way to go, and she's got some good players in front of her. Monica Alexander will be graduating, though, so they expect her to kind of run into the rotation next year. But she's looked good at moments.
And another whistle, Bill.
Certainly beneficial, though, to get her the experience this year to pay dividends for a sophomore campaign.
Waiting to see who the foul is on.
I don't know. It might have just been a dead ball. Want to talk about something?
All right. No foul, although re-inbound. Jaguars with the basketball. $1:30 left. Harrison drives, then stops in the paint and hits the 5-footer. Oh, check that, Kiera Howard. Now with 10. Saunders gets it to Mackey. A little fall on the banker. And then the blocking foul by Brielle. Brielle's first. So the Lakers a minute 15 away from their 5th win in a row. Harrison hits the first. Makes it 67-46. And the 2 free throws by the freshman. Harrison cuts the Lakers' advantage to 20 points. Mackey smells the basket, can't make it. Rebound by Graydon. It's going to be a corner 3 from Swanston. And she nails it. Olivia Swanston, freshman from Marietta and St. Francis High School, with her first basket. It's a triple. Mackey from downtown. Nope.
That's the first three from Augusta since the beginning of this game.
What's that now, Bill? Sorry, I missed it.
First three for Augusta since the beginning of this game.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, they only had 2 in the entire game last time out. They, in Augusta, and they opened up with 2 quick 3-pointers. And since then, that's in it.
Ooh, Mackey gets knocked to the floor there by Kiera Howard, who was contesting her drive to the basket. It's going to be 2 shots. Howard gets her money's worth with the 5th foul that sends her to the bench for good with 47.6 seconds left here at the lock.
Brielle Mackey, at least still smiling a bit. The Brielle Mackey.
Still, it's always.
I know. She's got the perma smile. Although, you know what? She's got a little tougher. I think she's getting the game face more. She's getting the game face more.
And Brielle gets on the board with the free throw. Averaging a point 3 per game, and she misses on the second. So the scoring average will go down incrementally. The steal by the Lakers and then taken back by Augusta. 35 seconds left. Harrison, corner. Swanston again from downtown. Not that time. Clarity the board. And the Lakers can dribble it out if they so choose. As the shot clock is off, we've got 15 seconds left. And that will be that. The Lakers will win their 5th game in a row, also their 7th out of the last 8 contests. And they'll improve to 17-7 on the season, 13-5 in the Peach Belt Conference, and 10-3 at home with a 68-50 victory over the Jaguars of Augusta University. All right, so the Lakers taking care of business here, leading the way for Clayton State with 16 points. Madison Newby, she did it through 3 quarters. I don't even think Madison played here in the 4th quarter.
Not much.
If she did, it wasn't very long. So Kalina Coleman, the victorious head coach, will join us now to chat about this victory. We'll wait for Kalina to get mic'd up. But the Lakers are rolling on. They're playing their best basketball right now at the perfect point of this season, as Clayton State, with 4 games left now in the regular season. Check that. The Lakers with, let's see, we've got North Georgia, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 games left now on the regular season schedule as Kalina gets comfy. And she'll get set up here, get mic'd up, and we'll talk with Kalina about this win. Again, 68-50 the final score. Kalina, you with us?
Yes, I am.
Congratulations on your 5th win in a row. You've won 7 out of the last 8 now on the season. And would you say you're playing, I mean, the numbers would show it, but you'd be the ultimate authority on this, Kalina. Are your girls playing the best basketball of their season so far?
They have been the last couple of games. I'm not even going to lie to you. Even though I felt like tonight was a slow start, they picked it up a little. Took us a while, longer than I expected, but they are playing well. They are locked in. So, and we knew coming in that, I tell them, don't look at no one's record. That doesn't indicate how good or bad a team is to me. And we respect every opponent. And I knew Augusta was going to come out and give their all tonight, and they did. And I knew we was going to have to step it up, to match them because, hey, they're young, but they're fighting, and they keep fighting. So.
Well, as I mentioned to Bill before the game, they had lost to you amidst their 9-game losing streak, and since they finally broke it, they had been 5-6. They were playing some good basketball too, And so obviously you wanted to protect against that, and you did the job there.
Yeah.
Bill and I are also talking about Madison Newby. I made the comment that we were talking about Nate Powell from the guys team from last year and how things kind of flowed from Nate, and we kind of feel that things flow from Madison Newby. Would we be correct in that assessment?
It does. It does, especially when I put her at the power forward position. It flows. You know, she's a game changer. She is. You know, she plays anywhere, whether I have her, because I play at different positions. Whether she's starting at the small forward, I'll move her to the power forward. I even have her playing some 1 for us. She's just a versatile player that can play any position 1 through 5. I haven't had at the 5 yet. I've been close, but the other 4 spots she plays, and she does a good job at it. Just her presence alone. So I thought she came up big when we needed it. We needed a basket. Her and Taneria as well. I thought today was one of her better games because she been kind of asleep. I told her I needed to wake up. And I thought she came out today, like even with just not scoring, just her energy, the spark when we needed something. I knew I had her in the back pocket. That's my secret weapon, you know.
Coach,
I gotta wake her back up.
Coach, we talked about the empirical numbers that we could look at and point to everything. Mitch asked you about this team, though, overall. Let me ask you about the defense overall, because I feel like in the last few games, the defense has gelled. They're playing together as a team really well. What letter grade would you give this team defensively right now?
Tonight's game?
Tonight?
Oh, tonight they get a B tonight. B minus. Just a B minus. Now Saturday they got an A plus. Tonight is a B minus. I wasn't satisfied.
Yeah, right. I mean, look, they won by 30 there. They won by 18 tonight, so they got to be graded down. There's no curve.
Right.
No curve.
You very good. I didn't give them a C. You know, that's what I was first thinking, a C.
C's get degrees, okay? C's get degrees. They get wins too sometimes.
Yes, I'm living proof that C's get degrees, Bill.
You know, but I expected it though. You know, they played a hard game on Saturday, and we practiced yesterday. Didn't go long, and then coming out today, you know, I wanted them to play full speed pressing and everything again. So, you know, with the style of play, I knew they was going to be tired. So we're going to do the same thing tomorrow, and then we're going to see how Wednesday comes against North Georgia. So.
Yeah, you bring it up. You lost by 21 at North Georgia last month. Well, I mean, we got to bring it up because this game now is basically for second place in the conference. With the win today, North Georgia's off. They played one more game than y'all. So now 1 game difference. You win, you're tied for second. Don't want to talk too much about that, but what is it that you have to do? What do you have to change besides the score from losing by 21 at North Georgia?
Defense. I don't know. We didn't play our best basketball there. You know, coming off of a loss to Orlando, which was a bad loss as well, and then we came back and had to play North Georgia. I just don't think our girls was ready for that game, and it was just a shock to them because North Georgia came out aggressive, you know, in transition, you know, throwing it inside to their big man. I mean, they have a good team. They have a good team. It's the reason why they are the top 2 teams right now in the conference. So we slow them down transition, and we play better defensively in the half court. And actually, one thing that we didn't do against North Georgia the first time that I'm going to make sure we do this time is we didn't press. We didn't press them at all. We could. I don't know where we were, but we're going to make sure we do it this time. We've been pressing, we've been playing well. When we don't press, I don't know what we do.
Well, that's what you've always wanted to run is, I mean, the signature Kalita Coleman defensive move is the press.
You're right. If we're not pressing, I think something's wrong. I don't care what they do. We're going to pressure. I think that's what got me in the beginning. You know, there wasn't enough ball pressure.
So now that you have these big wins, these are the important things here. When do you start, we always ask you, when do you start feeling relaxed in games?
I'm not relaxed, you know, I'm not. I know I looked at the clock in the 4th quarter, you know, in the beginning, when we were up by double figures, and I'm like about 21 or something. Like, no, it's not enough, not enough. It wasn't until like 2 minutes I was like, okay, we solid, no traps, stay back, get ready.
Right, that's when you backed off.
That's when I backed.
Yeah.
Hey, Mitch, I gotta make sure.
I'm right here with you. I'm you know, we got this going on, Kalina. I feel it. All right, Coach. So listen, go join your team. Congratulations on the win, and we'll see you on Wednesday for a showdown.
Thank you.
All right, sounds good. There's Kalina Coleman. After this victory for the Lakers, 68-50 over Augusta University. Madison Newby leading the way with 16 points for the Lakers in the win. All right, we appreciate you watching the post-game report. We'll be back in just a few minutes. We'll get you ready for the guys of Clayton State and Augusta here on ClaytonStateSports.com.